Welcome to HeadTech Solution. Here I am going to share a few information regarding to caching mechanism in Java. What are the caching mechanisms are available in market and why we need caching? What are the features are available in the caching mechanism? So those details I am going to explain you. So please, why we need caching? While looking at the picture closely, here, the client will send the request to the server, then server sends a request to database and retrieve the large amount of data and send back to client. This is usually happen in all the applications. So every time when the same data where client needs means it will again the same process will come. So instead of avoiding this, so we need to introduce caching mechanism in the server side. So that time the client send the request to server send the database and retrieve the large amount of data and keep it in the cache memory, then send back to client. So the same data again the client need means it instead of retrieve the data from the database, it will the data retrieve from the cache. So for that purpose we are using the cache. The time consuming is the most aspect. Here many more cache mechanisms are available in the market, like AH cache, Castle Cache, Redis, Coherence, Google Goa. So many more. But here I am going to explain about the EH cache only. Cache basis. These are the most important features in the cache mechanism. Map, capacity control, freshness control. Map, all of you know the map. That's the key value per mapping. The cache contain key value per mapping. Key is a unique key, a key corresponding values and mapping. There is hash map, how the hash map working, like the same concept they are doing in the map. Let's go for the capacity control. The capacity control, which is 5, if it reaches a 5, if it reaches a 5, catches reaches a 5 entries, we need to remove one entries if the entry is no longer use entry based on the LRU or LFU policy. Next, freshness control. Freshness controls we are explained in little detail in next. So what is freshness? Freshness control means usually data freshness, the live to live data freshness is not happen in anywhere. Any cache mechanism is not giving those features. Like for example, if the cache and database means the cache data should be synced with the database. If any updation happen in the database, it should be synced with cache. There is no possible. So here we have few configurations based on this. We are expiring the cache and reload the data from the database. For here two expiration policies are there. Expiration policy. The time to live, time to idle. The time to live, this sense means we are setting the time like within 5 seconds the cache entry should be removed all entries. So when the times reach, the entries all removed, the cache is now empty. When we again we record the same data, it will hit the database and return to idle. Time to idle means if any entry is related to any entries on the cache. If the entry is idle for specific time, it will remove from the entries. For example, we are setting 5 seconds for each entry. If the 5 seconds is the data is the entry is not used by a client or application, means that entry will be removed. That is a time to idle policy, expiration policy. Then go for STAR. Storage doesn't, there are certain things to we are storing the data. Like here in the on-keep storage, off-keep storage, disk storage, the three things we are using in the cache. If for example, on-keep storage means we are setting configuration like we need to store 1000 record on the keep. Okay, we need to set it in 1000. So this 1000 as a on-keep memory. So this 1000 records should be stored in the on-keep memory. The on-keep memory means JVM keep memory. Okay, this always is related to the our JVM application, JVM processor. The Java virtual machine will handle this memory. If off-keep memory, off-keep random access, it will all of this memory is allotted in the RAM, our processor's memory, like in the system memory, like RAM, random access memory. Off-keep, if disk storage means the file system. Some folder we are storing the data and retrieve the data. Like here in the on memory is very faster. It's very faster because that process is done in the virtual machine itself. If off-keep memory is slightly slow because it's outside the JVM, even is accessed by random RAM memory. So that's why little slightly slow but is faster. The disk storage is little slow because we need to move the data to our JVM keep memory. That moving and accessing, those things will happen. That is so cache methodologies. In the cache, there are three types of methodologies they are following. So no caching, cache aside, cache through. So no cache sense the applications directly send the request to database and retrieve the data and send show it in the UI. There in intermediate we are not using any cache method. So there will be regular operations. There is no cache. Cache aside. Cache aside means first application request to the cache. If it is cache return null, then it will directly go to the database and retrieve the data. Then the data is put in the cache. The application send the request to the cache first. If the cache is not containing the data, then directly send to the request to the database. Then it will retrieve the data from the database and put in the cache. After that only it will show it to the application. Send back to application. The cache through sense. The application directly cache. If cache is not contain any respective data, then it will load from the database. The loaded data will be cached in the cache storage. Then it will send back to application. So these concepts will go make any issues. So most of the users are using these So I believe you guys are very useful regarding the theoretical explanation of the cache mechanism. Please keep supporting.